Hi, this is Sandra Carr-Moore. I was just thinking and I wanted to share a thought process that I have going. Um, I have for a few years now been taking a very strong note of my life. It started just before my son died, and my son actually died a few years in, and there was a whole lot of things that came about that just kind of shook me gradually to the place of self-actualization. And I started to have small meals, integrate different exercise routine throughout my day, as well as having special targeted hours for exercise, and a number of lifestyle changes that I began to implement. Um, there is food is one of our pleasures. I've always thought, I think I probably said it to a few persons, but I've always thought that God loves us so much that He could have just allowed us to be like the animals, where they just do things without even recognizing what is the real true purpose of it. And so He gave us, but what He did was to go out of His way and gave us pleasure centers so that we could enjoy the experience. And what I have done as it relates to eating is that I view my regular meals as medicine. There are several researches that I've done. Like for instance, the best food to eat for your particular blood type. If I have any issues based on what in family hereditary issues, I research to see what are home remedies, what are the triggers, the risk factors for all of these things. And so I've done extensive research as it relates to just basically looking after myself. And it just came home to me that when we go to school, even from basic to primary school, there's always science. And although I can't recall a lot of talk about the body and the systems of the body, I do recall doing straight bio when I was in high school, and it was an area that I really fell in love with, and I have been doing it, just being involved in stuff relating to medicine throughout my life. So when you eat, I do it like it's a medicine, a medication that the doctor prescribes based on all the research that are specific to me, right? And so once I have done that, I can have my pleasures, right? So like once a month is chocolate and ice cream, because as a woman we are prone to anemia because of the menstruation cycle, and so I go guilt-free chocolate and ice cream day, chocolate ice cream, chocolate this, chocolate that. I love chocolate, and so I go guilt-free where that is concerned, because for the remainder of the month before, all along, whenever that was outside of those periods that I'm having my chocolate, I am behaving and I am eating as if I were sick, but the focus is not on getting better. The focus is on getting the nutrient, identifying the nutrient and consuming the nutrient, supplementing the nutrient that will prevent the illnesses, that will prevent all of the risk factors for me as a person. And this is something that I'm sharing. Is a very, very important thing that I've been doing, and it has been radical. A lot of persons can't believe it's me. The change has been radical, and I just want to encourage everybody to look after yourself, because you are the only person who can look after yourself. Eat as if it is medicine, and then you have your time when you can just have a pleasure. Find a way, find the spices that you love, and you don't use too much, but use enough spices. So although it's medicine, it's not like it tastes bad, but you just find the right spices to add to the food, because the spices also give you nutrients and necessary key values, daily values, that you need, and it will also help to add to the calorie intake, because if you don't understand how to do the calorie intake, you're going to end up overeating. So there is a balance between getting the relevant nutrients in addition to getting the amount of calories for who you are in terms of height, weight, and bone density and all of that thing, all that stuff. I recommend strongly that you start out with your doctor, and always include your doctor in all of these things, because they have the training and they can make the recommendations and they can write the prescriptions. Don't go prescribing outside of the doctor. You can write the prescriptions that you need. So just don't give up. Do it like it's like breathing. You have to breathe. So do it like it's breathing. And inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. This is a necessary part of our lives. I've been integrating exercise within my day. I have put little exercises and like it's like just tensing and releasing that I do throughout the day. I'm on the bus, I tense and release. When you're driving, you can't really do it, so it's only when I end up taking the bus I do it. I guess can work out something to do, but this is going to be distracting. It's not going to be distracting when you're driving, but it's I don't do anything when I'm driving. I'm just driving because I want to be focused. I only probably listen to music, and music is not distracting for me. So when do small exercises wherever you are, and focus on working the areas that you're weak, because the muscles are intricately intertwined, and what happens is that when you have a weak area, that weak area continues to put pressure on the stronger areas, so it is more likely for the stronger area to be weakened because of the pull of the weak muscles and the gravity than for so you have to continue to do the exercise on the weak areas, so it will continue to work and it's going to take a while. It's going to take time, because the muscles are, as I say, intertwined, and they're small fissures. And I'm trying not to go too deep with the terminologies. They're small, and when you exercise, it doesn't just go one up like it's a big piece of meat. It's small movements. Each is a one, and another is one, another is one, this is one, another one. So it's going to take time. So you're just going to have to just do a lifestyle change, make the different. You can use triggers, you can use alarms, you can use things to remind you when you're in that position to do it. When you're at the desk, you can do calf raises and lift your heel and tense and lift and tense your thighs when you're sitting, just little things. When you sit a lot, get up and you stretch. When I'm working, only when I'm at home, not at work. When I go out to work, only when I work from home, I listen to music, and there are some songs that I just cannot help myself. I jump up whenever they're playing, and I do a dance break. So there are little things like that you do to look after yourself, and this is your best and most important job, right? To look after yourself. So you get a job 9 to 5, you have to get a 9 to 5 job, a paying job, in order to do the looking after yourself job. So find the balance, and a very critical, important part of looking after yourself is finding the right people to include in your life that are a blessing, that lift you up, that make you forget about all of the rubbish that you have to deal with, that you really wish it wouldn't be an issue, but because it is important to the other person, you have to deal with it, and because it's human and you care. So find time for yourself, find quiet time. It's not easy for everybody. Find quiet time where you can just think about your life in the past, and you'll be frightened, you'll be surprised. Some of the things that come up, that pop up, this is the patterns that reveal themselves. You will even be pleased with yourself, because you can realize that there are good principles that you have been practicing over the years, that it was so automatic that you didn't even realize until you started to do your review. So solitude is encouraging, solitude is uplifting. Solitude is edifying. And take time to share with others. Share a word, share money, share food, share whatever you can. All right. Have a blessed rest of the day and keep in touch.